Hello everybody, it's Icy New Year. I'm in the car, we're doing a raw vlog. Say hi, Goblin Child.
Hi, Goblin.
You're the Goblin Child. Say hi.
Hi.
So yeah, Goblin Child's in the back seat. Driving home, just dropped a friend off at work. And today I wanted to talk about health, which is super exciting. Yeah. So, wow, the car's got a rumble. But yeah, so recently I made a terrifying decision. Those who know me know I drink a lot of soda. And I'm working on phasing soda out of my diet completely. Speaking of health, the Goblin Child's got a cough and she needs to go see a doctor soon. I think we're going to take you to a doctor on Monday, okay? Probably on Monday. We'll have to talk to Mommy. But what I decided, I'm reducing the amount of soda in my diet and eventually trying to eliminate it. So I am down to 1 soda a week. Last week was my first week of this. I had a singular soda, and man, it's hard. Oh, I've pretty much been drinking water and tea, mainly unsweetened tea. Though I've yet to find and if anyone knows, like has any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I've been trying to find a brand of unsweetened tea that's sold in convenience stores that is not terrible. So most of the convenience stores, I just cannot find unsweetened tea at all. I've been making it at home. I need to just start carrying it around with me, basically. But the reason I made this decision is basically, I'm fat, I'm overweight. I'm not like grotesquely overweight, but I am overweight, and I want to change that. And for me, it's not, no, we're going home. And for me, it's not a body image thing. I'm actually very happy with how my body looks. Okay, let's just put it out this way. Near the beginning of this year, I hit the highest weight I've ever been, which was like 290 something, 293, I think, 294, somewhere between 292 and 295, somewhere in that area. And I was like, oh, wow, that's not okay. I don't want to be this weight. It's very unhealthy. My family has a history of diabetes. We have a history of heart disease. I mean, I've got the deck stacked against me, and the life choices I was making were stacking that deck even worse. So I started making small changes. I went for walks more often. I would try to exercise 15 to 20 minutes a day. I mean, little things. Things as simple as, instead of having a burger, I'd have a chicken sandwich. You know, just being more aware of what I was eating. Well, in that period, so I went from 290, as I said, 292, 295, somewhere in that area, to currently I'm at 230 something. I haven't weighed myself in a while, but I'm right around 230 pounds. So I lost roughly a little bit more than 60 pounds over the course of this year so far. And I'm going to be honest, I'm immensely proud of myself. It's not an easy accomplishment, and I've managed to lose it safely and keep it off. My goal weight is 200. If I can get to 200, I will be freaking ecstatic. And I think this last 30 pounds is probably going to be the hardest of those. So, cutting out sodas is one big thing. I'm also considering, I don't know if anyone has an experience with Daily Burn. I think if I start paying for Daily Burn, it'll help me make sure I exercise every day. Because if I'm paying for it, I'll want to use it. I'll feel like I'm wasting money if I don't use it. So if anyone has any experience with Daily Burn, I would love your feedback. Because it's like half an hour a day, and I can easily fit that into my schedule, and I need to. I need help. I need the help staying motivated. But I might do like updates in these vlogs. If you guys are not interested at all, just let me know, and I won't. But being like a bit public with this information, you know, with my goals here and my progress towards my goals, helps me stay motivated, which is a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's my goal. My goal is to hit 200. I don't have a time I want to hit 200 by. I just want to make progress. Because I don't want to put a huge amount of pressure on myself. And I don't want to, like, take shortcuts. I want to just start. The biggest thing is I don't want to go on a diet. Because I've gone on diets before and they've been really effective. But then eventually you stop being on the diet and everything changes. And, you know, you go back to where you were and you gain the weight back. And what's the point? I'm using my weight loss goals as a way to motivate positive change in my life. Like cutting out sodas. And that way, you know, instead of, you know, just losing weight, I'm developing habits that, you know, promote a healthier lifestyle. So, any tips, any advice, I'd love to hear them. Because quite honestly, I'm terrified. I've been overweight for a long time. In high school, like the later years of high school, that's when I started getting a bit overweight. Like early years of high school, I was a little bit husky, but honestly, not even what you would consider overweight. But it's been a long time since I've been at a healthy weight, and I want to change that. So that's what this is about. But yeah, let's talk about some non-weight stuff. Last night was the first night of Spooky New Month. We played some Spooky's House of Jump Scares. I hate that game immensely. Yeah. But, yeah, this one's sweet tea, and it's a little too sweet. It's, Pure Leaf. I really like it, but it's just, I wish they put out an unsweetened version, and I have not been able to find that in the convenience store. What I might do, because I really like these bottles, I might just get a couple of these and start filling them from home with unsweetened tea. It's also a lot cheaper that way. Oh. You trying to show me up? Yeah, but, yeah, so, Spooky New Month, I'm excited about. We're going to be doing, my streams are going to be getting longer as the time goes on. I just have to get back into the habit of it and get into the flow of, you know, the nicer, longer streams. But I want to thank you for everyone who came out and tweeted and showed support for the first day. It meant the world to me. It really did. We got a lot more to go. We might start Resident Evil on the next one. Because I've never played a Resident Evil game, and Zwifang got me Resident Evil Remastered, or whatever it's called. The really nice, pretty one that came out not terribly long ago. So, I'm excited to try that. I've got several other games on the docket. The Five Nights at Freddy's series, I have Amnesia, and I have Machine for Pigs, which I've never finished either of those. I have, I don't know, several other spooky games that we can use to fill our time. But yeah, so let's see, we've gone over that. The other thing I want to talk about was Beyond the Beard podcast channel. So first thing, Beyond the Beard podcast, the original podcast about board games, is coming back. We had a planning meeting yesterday. We sat down, talked about everything. It's going to be a few weeks still because we want to get a couple episodes ahead before we start releasing. So, yeah, with that, I'm excited. It's going to be back to its bi-weekly. It's going to be released as Beyond the Board. So we're rebranding a little bit since Beyond the Beard has become the whole, like, network. The other thing I was considering is starting up a blog over on the BeyondTheBeardPodcast.com where we talk about our experiences with miniature wargaming. I mean, other games as well, but it will be mainly mini wargaming, to be blunt. You know, our experience. We've got a couple games on the docket. So, let's see. Yesterday, we did some supply buying. The biggest thing is I'm setting up a gaming table in the house, so you can expect more content once we have that done. I ideally want to eventually put out 4 to 5 a week. My goal is eventually to get about 20 bat reps a month. Like, that would be the ideal. So, with that in mind, we are expanding into other games as well. I know we've been doing a ton of Malifaux. It's, you know, it's what we're playing right now. I picked up the Horde starter kit, so those are on my painting table. I have Infinity, which I need to finish. One crew's put together. I need to put together another crew and then paint. And those will be ready to hit the table. I also picked up a small game where each person plays a dude on a unicycle with a lance, trying to poke a mechanical pig in the butt. To score golden rump points. So those are probably not terribly many battle reports in that, but I think they'll be fun to toss in here and there. And there's another campaign-style game we're looking at right now called Frostgrave, which I'm not sure if anyone has any experience with, but it looks really cool. It's a very campaign-heavy system. It's all about, you know, upgrading your crew between games. And what we're thinking about doing is getting figures, because they sell figures for it, but it was originally made to be used with any models you had access to. So what I'm probably going to do for my crew is I'm going to get appropriately themed lizard men. We're thinking about basically trying to get as many of the Warhammer Fantasy models for our crews as possible. And that way they can be dual use between that and when we start playing Wartime, which would be really cool. I'm really excited to have both of those series go up on the channel. I need some feedback for those of you who watch Beyond the Beard podcast, and if you don't, there'll be a link down below. Check it out. Please subscribe. Check out our videos. It really helps us out. You guys would not believe how incredibly difficult it is to start a brand new channel. The support we've gotten so far has been amazing, and I want to thank you guys for that. It's been awesome. But yeah, share it with your friends if you know anyone who's interested in board gaming or tabletop gaming. We want to start doing board games, but oddly enough, they're a bit harder to film, just because there's certain things that go into it that make it a bit more difficult. But yeah, so we're going to have a lot more varied content coming up on the channel. For those of you who watch the channel, you'll notice that we recently switched to a style of bat rep where we're basically seeing the whole thing, as opposed to the summary style. And I want to know what you guys think of that. We can also do both. I can put up a shorter video that's just the summaries, and then the full play video, because I know people don't always have time to watch an hour or 2 hour bat rep, but want to get the gist of it, like a 15-20 minute project. So let me know what you think. This one's running pretty long. We're also considering launching a Patreon for the Beyond the Beard podcast. The biggest thing that we need that would help the channel, the number one thing that we can do with money to help the channel, is I'm a stay-at-home dad. My kid's in school, but she's in pre-K, so 4 days a week she's in school from let's see, she gets on the bus at 7:30 in the morning and she gets off the bus at 2:30. So it gives me 5 hours during the day, which isn't a huge amount of time. So the number one biggest thing we could do is put her in daycare, after school daycare, 1 or 2 days a week. And I got to check on the prices and all that. But what I'm thinking about doing is basically having it suggested $1 per bat rep. And you can obviously on Patreon set monthly limits on that. Like on your side, and I would set a monthly limit of probably around 20 maximum. But as I said, you can set, if you want to be like, oh, I'll support with $1 per bat rep, up to $5 a month. That's something you can easily do on Patreon. Any money beyond the daycare costs would be going towards getting games and models and equipment for the shows itself. It'll help introduce a lot more variety. I have the time to paint, I have the time to assemble. I can get crews on the table quick. I just don't have the money to pick up all the variety people are looking for. with regard to that, we're going to have a vlog coming out on the channel soon. We're going to be talking about Nithra, the Malifaux World event, and what we thought of it. I know it's still going on, but just give our thoughts on it. We're also probably going to be talking about the Patreon in another vlog. Oh, right, we're going to be talking about, I want to do a vlog about Malifaux in general, and just our thoughts as we experience all these new masters. I have a link to a document we keep where it's all the masters we as a group have available to play. So if there's any particular crews you want to see played against each other, that is the place to look and see if we have access to those models. The other thing is I'm considering setting up a P.O. box in case anyone wants to send us anything. Because I've had several requests for that. I have to go look into pricing. It's not terribly expensive. I just need to bite the bullet and do it. But I'm almost home. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode now. I want to thank you all for watching. Your support, as always, means the absolute world to me. I want to thank you again for that. And as always, have a great one. Bye.